Back here on the Kristian Garic Show, it's Tuesday at the 12 o'clock hour. That means Chase Spears joins me, and Chase is a contributor at AmericanMind.org. Published his first article at redstate.com this morning. He's a retired Army major and contributor here to the show, Dr. Chase Spears. Good afternoon, Chase. How are you?
Hey, good afternoon, Kristian. I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm okay, and I say that with some hesitation because the Middle East continues to just catch fire. Israel is under attack now. Iran launching missiles at Israel, and gunmen apparently kill at least 8 near Tel Aviv. This is escalating to the point to where we're going to be dragged into this, and this is just not good, Chase.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrible news. As a matter of fact, it wasn't until about half hour before I came on the show that I was made aware that this was going on. So I've been watching it very closely. I have the news coverage up in front of me right now, watching the skyline there in Jerusalem. Man, it's just absolutely tragic, and we're going to have to kind of wait and see what comes out of this in terms of what we call the battle damage assessment in military terms as the sun rises, how many places were struck. Because there are two purposes of an attack like this. The first and most obvious is to inflict as much damage and casualties as possible, which Iran is not above doing. This is a rogue state. But the last time Iran did a major attack like this, it turned out that was not their intent, that they did an attack that they knew would be easily shot down by the Israeli Iron Dome defense system, and they targeted areas that they knew would inflict less severe damage, and it was really much more of a show for the Iranian populace than it was to inflict the kind of damage that would increase Israeli resolve and increase enough resolve in the West to potentially accelerate things into a higher level of war. Right now, we don't know which one of those two options Iran was after. We'll probably find out in the next hour or two as assessments start coming in. But man, my heart is breaking for the people across the state of Israel tonight. It's a nation state that we hear politicians here in the U.S. the last year especially, a lot of them have paid a lot of lip service to it, but this is a place where people live every day with an existential threat, from most of the nations around them. Israel is the sole democracy in the Middle East, the sole ally really to the West, and so they live every day not knowing, is this going to be a peaceful day, or is my day going to at some point intersect with an attack from the rogue regime? And so my heart is going out to them right now, and I am very kind of on the edge of my seat watching. I'm watching right now. I'm seeing more missiles in the sky as we speak, and I'm watching and waiting to see, what comes out of this, what are the battle damage assessments, and what was Iran trying to achieve with this.
Lloyd Austin apparently is discussing severe consequences to Iran. I want to know what he measures as severe, because so far they haven't been severe on anybody.
Yeah, well, this goes back to the point of leadership. Iran right now knows that they have an upper hand. They know that this is a lame duck administration. They know that this is an administration controlled far more by the Hamas wing of the Democratic Party than the pro-Israel wing of America. They know that Lloyd Austin he's good at talking, but that's about all he's good at. The only people that he's actively attacked with any measure of success, really, has been the 8,000 service members that he kicked out over the COVID jab, and the many thousands of more that he just absolutely betrayed their trust in with the way that he treated them and their families over that issue, and many, many others. Lloyd Austin can sit back and talk all day long, but until we actually deliver a good punch to the face to the regime, they know that his words are absolutely as meaningless as Joe Biden's and Kamala Harris's. The proof is in the pudding, and so far, when it comes to Israel, what the U.S. has spent the most money and most effort on has been humanitarian assistance to Gaza and building that $300 million pier that lasted a matter of days. And so Iran knows they have an upper hand here. We'll see, 45 days from now if they still have that upper hand or not. But, I do not place any trust in the words of Lloyd Austin. If I were the regime there in Tehran, Nothing he said would be intimidating me at the moment.